All right, this is Mr. Keys. My book that I'm reading is called Angel. 5th grade corn snake. Sassafras. Isn't that an absolutely delicious sounding word? I simply love saying sassafras. Society also has sufficient symbols, as does suspicious. The society I'm in is Mrs. Chanceline Nessay's 5th grade classroom. Suspicious is how outsiders sometimes react to me, because I am a snake. They say I'm sneaky and slithery and have slimy skin. Sneaky and slithery, yes, but stroke my skin and see I am not the slightest bit slimy. I have no fangs, no venom. I'm a simple orange and black and red corn snake. As long as I am a 5th grader, as long as a 5th grader is tall. Miss Chanceline Essie's syllabus is history. Sassafras. History is such an interesting subject because, besides being an amused thing for a snake to say, history. After class, I am somewhat solitary. A squirrel sometimes peeks in the window, but he slinks down again as soon as he spies me. Doesn't he know he's too substantial a mouthful for a snake my size to swallow? Only once a week I sup, mostly on frozen mice supplied by Miss Chancelle's. 6 out of 7 days I could be as safe associate to all the other class pets, including the albino rat who sometimes scurries past my doorway fast, as though suspecting I would feast on him. I must be nice to have sensitive fingers to unfasten one's cell as one wishes to explore the school's silent halls. So I was pleased one afternoon when a ruckus spilled me down the hall into Miss Chancelle's classroom. My tongue tasted a shift in the atmosphere. The squirrel and the rat burst into the scene, along with the hamster, another excellent word, and a rabbit. From the hall came the sounds of a dog snarling. Leave me alone. This has nothing to do with you. While a parrot squawked, "Oli, oli, keep me away." In the classroom, a hamster saw me and squeaked, "Yikes! This is the 5th grade. Where the snake lives. Snake equals danger." The squirrel tried to skedaddle and shoved the rabbit, who stood betwixt, next to him and the door. But the rabbit snapped. The snake locked up. "But the dog isn't. You're safer in here." So the squirrel hastened for higher ground instead. Up the window blinds he scurried, though they swayed beneath his weight and smacked against the glass. From there, it was a short distance to the long, narrow tube above the blackboard where the historic maps are scrolled. The squirrel paced back and forth above medieval Europe and Renaissance cities. It's a kind of a cool picture of the dog running there. From the hallway, we caught an occasional glimpse of the dog as he sprinted from classroom to classroom, trying to escape the parrot's beak. For some reason, the next page, couldn't discern the dog was towing a fish tank on a pushcart, and from a silent stance, a sociable but slow-moving voice called down the hall, "Hey guys, don't move so fast." In Mrs. S's classroom, the nervous hamster ran in circles and said, "That turtle carries her shell around for her protection. Protection against dogs, protection against snakes. Who would make some sort of shell for a twitch?" The rabbit was looking at the shelves where Mrs. H keeps my supplies, including a large lidless snake transport box. The rabbit suggested, or a shell to cover the dog. I deciphered the rabbit's scheme. I myself do not like dogs who snip and snarl and sometimes eat poor harmless snakes who have no poison to protect himself. So I said, I could help. The squirrel had misstepped and I was dangling from the cord that lowers the maps. How, he asked. By eating me before the dog has a chance to. I've had a frozen mouse this week, I said. My stomach is satisfied until Tuesday. They all said, "Yuck." Set me free, I said. I'll distract the dog, while some of you push that snake transport box off the shelf. Time just right, it should tip over on top of him and hold him safe from eating any of us. So all the animals are working together here, try to trap that dog. I would never be so discourteous as to snack on schoolmates, except perhaps on Tuesdays. Besides, history teaches us that we are stronger with allies. Allies, the rat replied, like fish in a school. Trust. I encouraged them. The rat, fearless, steadfast rat, scurried to my enclosure and shoved that screen aside. Just then the dog ran in, still attached to his cart, and snarling. Where's that less than worthless squirrel? The squirrel tried to scamper back up the cord. Unscrolling Renaissance cities, still Florence was on the floor. The bird and the gold macaw flew into the classroom and squawked. Seen your dogs on the loose, so move your caboose. Everyone to your places, pretend you're at the races. No one told the bird her meter was off. I slithered onto the floor. Seeing me, the dog skirted in reverse. If he could have scaled up his fish cart, I suspect he would have. Scaled up his fish cart, I suspect he would have. I didn't notice the squirrel, the rat, the hamster climb onto the shelf and began shoving the snake transport carton. The macaw saw and went to their support. The box moved closer and closer to the edge of the shelf. I hissed, poised as ferocious, causing the dog to back up closer and closer to the overhanging shelf. The rabbit thumped her back leg, and the vibration was the last assistance that suspended receptacle needed. Over the edge, the snake transport tripped, showering pine shavings on all. But the fit and the trim were flawless. The box landed just so and trapped the dog, but not the cart inside. Sassafras, I said. All right, that's the end of that chapter. This has been Mr. Keys reading our chapter, Angel. I hope you have a great day.